very, very important video. Don't even know where to start, honestly. When I say we, I mean, if you're watching this video, you're obviously involved in this economy today. And just, I don't know what other words to use except it's a nightmare for everybody. People living in storage units, children living in storage units, people renting offices and taking baths in gyms because it's cheaper than an apartment, one-bedroom apartment. One-bedroom apartments in DFW, even here, right now, a decent one-bedroom, probably, I don't know, $1,500. And all of this started with COVID. And they keep telling you that inflation's going to end and the price of things are going to go down. No, not with the greed. As far as I'm concerned, it's not even inflation, it's just greed. And that's based on the idea of how, or the understanding of how supply chain works. So inflation is essentially your money losing power, buying power. That's all it is. So some of you would say the cost of goods going up, but the real truth is the value of your money goes down. So when you flood an economy with money, you get inflation. That's what happened during COVID. They just started printing money. Now, those who own the assets during inflation, they do better. They get rich and richer. Nothing wrong with that. They're in the right position. But if you don't own the asset and you have to rent or you have to buy, then you're going to pay for inflation with inflated money, inflated dollars. You're going to struggle. This is the day and age. We're in the age of 2 jobs. You have to have 2 jobs to equal 1 job. I can't imagine what people who make less than $150,000 a year, I can't imagine how they live. I cannot imagine if you make less than $150,000 a year, even as a household, it's the struggle lane. And that's so sad because I remember when $100,000 a year was a great job. $100,000 a year was a nice car, a nice house, in a nice safe neighborhood, nice clothes, vacation once or twice a year, no stress about bills. Now all of a sudden, 6 figures on $100,000, nothing. Means nothing. What's that? $100,000. Listen, there are people who spend $70,000 a year just on bills. In my household, we spend, with everything we pay, including vehicles and daycare, all the bills we have, we spend no less than, I'd say, $75,000 a year on expenses. Now think of how stupid and insane that is. Now, fortunately for us, we're in a position where we can sustain that. But to live a decent life, and we feel like we're just living a good, decent life, nothing extravagant. Just a good life, good vehicles, beautiful home, beautiful neighborhood, just stuff like that. Now imagine if you want the same thing for your family. Then all of a sudden, you need, and I always say this and I mean this, for a lot of us, for a lot of you, you can double your salary. Your job can double your pay and it still won't be enough. They can come out right now and give you a 100% raise and it still won't be enough. Decent houses. I'm talking about comfortable homes where you can move into and have a family and have a little bit of a yard and feel safe and feel comfortable in a good neighborhood and drive nice cars and bills paid on time. And all of a sudden, if you're doing that, that's $5,000 a month. kids, $3,000 a month. Right there. You get a nice home, $2,500 is low. Let's say $2,500. Now you have $5,500 a month. $5,500 a month. That by itself is about $70,000 a year. Most people don't even make $70,000 a year. Again, my heart goes, I don't know how people are surviving. I don't know. Even my family and I, when we pull up at the gas station and we go, wait a minute, gas is $3 per gallon? If you have a 20-gallon tank, that's $60 every time you pull up. You do that once a week, that's $240 just on fuel. People are working until they die. People are working until they pass out. And then when you leave that job and you clock out and you're exhausted and you're burned out physically and mentally, guess what you have to do now? You have to go to your second job. You know why? Because you need another source of income. You need another job. You know what that means? Think about it. You are literally selling your entire life. That's your life. Your life is made up of hours during the day. 24 hours a day, that's your life. 7 days a week, 30 days a month, 365 days a year, 3,650 days a decade. That is your life. Your life is measured in time. So what you do is you take 8 hours of your life and you go to this place called a job and you say, hey, I'm willing to sell you my life between the hours of 8 and 5. You can have my life. I'll do whatever you need me to do in exchange for whatever you're willing to pay me per hour. And then don't even get me started on the per hour because it ain't real. All of a sudden they give you something called gross. Well, they promise you something called gross, but gross ain't ever on your paycheck. You can never collect the gross. What's up with that? I know I'm being facetious, but I'm just saying, we're at a day and age. You know what I would do, by the way, now that I'm thinking about it, I shared this with my wife not long ago. I said, honey, you know what I would do? Because people are struggling right now. It's going to lead to crime. It's going to lead to drug abuse, alcohol abuse. It's going to lead to physical abuse in homes. It's just going to lead to anxiety, stress. It's going to lead to all those bad things that lead to bad things. You know what I would do? First thing I would do is I would eliminate taxes as long as I can, maybe at least for a year. Hey, the U.S. government, we're accepting no taxes this year. We don't want your money. No taxes. Keep every penny, no payroll taxes, no any taxes. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree. Share anything in the comments if you have any experience with this and you know we're in some hard times. And here's the scary part. I think it's going to get worse. I think it's going to get worse. I think we're going to wake up to mass layoffs due to company cutbacks, company downsizing, and AI. I think, guys, and I hate to say this because people are already struggling, but it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. You're welcome to donate any amount of money. I always say you don't have to. You can always buy me lunch. It's going to get worse. It's going to get 10 times worse. That's right. That's right. Who said that? Was that Javon? Good. That's right. 100% right. It's only going to get worse. And I keep telling y'all, like I'm blowing here in Dallas, we have these tornado sirens. And whenever the weather gets bad, there's a tornado siren goes off, just alerting you that, hey, potentially things could get really bad. So go ahead and seek shelter. Get off the roads, get out of the yards, get off the streets, get off the highways, go into your house, find an overpass, hang out, wait until this stops. It's just a warning. And I'm here, and I'll tell you straight up, I don't know a whole lot about the stock market. I don't know a whole lot about the bond market. I know it ain't good. I know it's propped up by printed money whenever the government says, they're just talking about printing money. That's all they're doing. Excuse me a second, guys. Hope I didn't lose you guys. But I don't know how my opinion, it's only going to get worse. We're starting to see, we're at the, if we had to measure by 100% the influence of AI and technology in our jobs today, it would be 1%. That's it. We've only been infected 1%, which means there's 99% more infection. And I don't mean infection in a bad way, or I should say implementation. There's 99% more implementation to come. So if you still have your job today, there's a 99% chance you're not going to have that job for very long. There's a 99% chance. Listen, if AI, if your job is done through anything that AI can do, then listen to me good. You are at risk. You will not have your job for very long. If, again, and I'm not saying this in a braggadocious way, I'm not saying this in a good way, this is all heartbreaking. Because there are people out there who are going to lose their jobs. I picked my son up, I'm here at my son's day camp, summer camp, and this thing is $2,000 a month. I can't even imagine what people would pay, you know, if they have a couple of kids. I don't even know people under 30 who's looking to buy a house. I don't know people under 30 who's looking to have kids. I don't know people under 30 who's looking for anything. They don't like Christmas. They don't like anything that has to do with gift buying. They're not celebrating their birthdays. This is your wake-up call. I don't do these videos to entertain me. I already know this. That's why I don't rely on jobs, because I know they're not reliable. I know they're not going to be here tomorrow. I know if I punch a clock and my wife punches a clock, it's a dead end for the entire family. I know we're just heading off a cliff. There'll never be financial freedom in a job. There'll never be generational wealth in that job. No, very few jobs can do that. And more than likely, you and I don't have the skills to do those jobs. So this is your siren, this is your warning call, your wake-up call, saying, hey, you're running out of time. You're running out of time. That job's not going to be there for long. If it's your only source of income, you are in the danger zone. But you're not paying attention. You're still scrolling through Instagram, being entertained by garbage. You're still scrolling through YouTube, passing up the channels that's giving you value and saying, hey, you need to wake up. I don't care what these folks are telling you. Hard times are on the horizon. Hard times, they are coming. Like you put earlier, Javon, I saw your comment about Rocky. That's right. Well, we'll think about this tomorrow. We'll worry about this tomorrow. No. There is no tomorrow. Today is the day of your financial salvation. Today is your day. If you don't do anything, then open a book, read some information, watch some videos that don't entertain you. Stop scrolling through social media. Post what you need to post and go. Find the things you need to find that'll turn your life around. If you're sitting there, and I want you to do this. If you're sitting there right now, I want you to ask yourself, if I lose my job today, how long until I'm broke? How long until I'm bankrupt? That's right, man. I said that to a lady at Walmart years ago. She was helping me. This is an older lady. It's probably like 3, 4, 5 years ago. And she was like, hey, let me show you how to do this. And because I could tell she had a little bit of an attitude because my light went off or whatever. And I wasn't sure what I was doing. And she came up and I could just tell she wasn't happy. And she was like, hey, all right, look, let me show you how to do this so this doesn't happen again. Okay, gotcha. And I said, ma'am, no disrespect, but you do understand they're not going to need you very long. You're in here training me to replace you. She was like, but you don't work here. And I was like, oh, but I do. You see, when I'm doing your job, I'm an employee. They may not pay me, But there's money being transferred. It's just transferred from you back to the business. So the paycheck they give you, that you complain about, you're not going to get that. The hours that you complain about not getting enough of, you're not going to get that because they're not going to need you. Right? The only thing that's kind of saving people right now with their jobs is theft. Companies are losing money due to theft, but as soon as they fix that with an automated checkout system, that's what I see in the future, no registers at all. Now you can't scan anything. Everything you pick up, it scans. These stores, I don't know, these stores might become giant vending machines. You might pull up at a Target, you never even go inside. This whole building is a vending machine. You just punch in. They might have 20 kiosks out front. You punch in what you need, it'll all come rolling through the wall, I guess. I don't know, like at the bank. It'll roll out in a capsule, bagged and everything, ready for you. You won't even have to go in these stores. You'll be shopping at warehouses. That's just stuff I see. I was talking to this lady not long ago. We were in Walmart. Dang, why does this always happen in Walmart? And I walked up to her, and these Walmart people, I'll tell you. And she didn't have a great attitude. I didn't say anything. I'm not rude or nothing like that. I don't know what people are going through, so I try to be sympathetic. And I said, ma'am, I'm looking for rope. I need rope, and I need something else. I can't even think of an air pump. I said, can you tell me where it is? So she reluctantly pulled out this little handheld, went through, gave me the directions, and the directions were wrong. The handheld got it wrong. And I said this because I say stuff. And I said, ma'am, I can only bite my tongue for so long, but I'm going to be respectful. I said, ma'am, there's probably going to be a day that I'm going to walk in here and there's going to be a kiosk at the end of every aisle. And I'll be able to stop there and a beautiful hologram lady or handsome guy is going to pop up there with a great attitude, always smiling, always happy, always at work, never on break, never complaining. And he's going to say, how can I help you? And I'm just going to speak to it. I'm just going to say, hey, I need to find a rope and I need to find an air pump. It's going to say, this, and it's just my mind working. It's going to, my imagination. It's going to say, hey, the rope you're looking, here are the ropes that we have in stock. Which one would you prefer? I prefer this one. Bam. That rope is on aisle 43A. Right? By the way, here's some similar ropes compared to that. By the way, here's the reviews from the last 5 people that purchased that. By the way, if you are a rewards member, you can click right now and save 20% on that purchase. By the way, most people who buy those ropes also buy these items to go with it. And we're not gonna need you because most people don't like talking to Walmart associates anyway. Anyway, while I got a break, I got about 5 minutes or so before I have to go inside. I do have a free training for the Middleman CEO webinar. So if you want to get that free training, all you have to do is put Middleman in the comments under any of my videos. You'll get the invite for the free training. Spend about 30, 45 minutes with me max. Doesn't take long to learn how to do this business. What's important is you need to learn how to make money when you're not at work. So put Middleman under any video, or you can click the video descriptions and get the Zoom link for that training Thursday night, 7 p.m. And you don't want to miss that. Somebody said the paycheck is the forbidden fruit of that garden. That's right, that financial garden. Paychecks, because listen, you guys continue to think that we're in the industrial age. We're not. In the industrial age, they trained you to go to school, get good grades, get a job, so that you can work in one of their factories and just obey the rules. Everybody think alike, everybody dress alike, everybody look alike, everybody sound alike, act alike, talk alike, walk alike, just drones or robots, right? And they programmed you for all those years in school. That's programming. Now, school's becoming more and more irrelevant. College degrees don't matter. I could argue that if you go to school, like, all right, so my wife was working at the dental office. I got a lot of friends who are dentists. They go to school for about 5 years to become a dentist, get $500,000 in debt. And all those years in school, 5 years, I'm willing to bet with no experience, I could walk in there, spend 6 months with a dentist and be a better dentist. That's just what you're going to see. You're going to see it transition to on-the-job training, back to that. Hey, go do it for a while, get certification here. Regulations prevent that now, but you might see that stuff those regulations start to kind of come down or ease a little, right? Smash thumbs up if you understand that no job is safe. Smash thumbs up if you understand that no paycheck is secure. Smash thumbs up if you understand that you're going to need to find a way to make money that does not include a job. Back to my exercise before I go. If you sit there, I want you to ask yourself, if I lose my job today, how long until I'm flat broke? Most people don't have $5,000 in their bank account. All of a sudden, within a month, within 45 days, max 2 months, you're broke. And you're going to sit here and tell me, well, Shon, that's why I'm saving. Because in in a month or two, I could get another job. And I'm going to say there's no guarantee. There's mass layoffs going on, not mass hirings. Mass firings, not mass hirings. And then you're going to say, well, I'm going to save the money up and stretch it as long as I can. And I'm going to say, every time you try to do that, how did that work out? Life and time has a way of taking money away from you if you stack it. Money's not designed to sit there. It's called currency for a reason. Rivers have currents, money have currents. It should flow. Your biggest lesson should be, hey, when you put the money in the bank to save the money, what does the bank do? Do the banks save your money? No, the banks use your money. So instead of saving, use money. Here's what I would do if I were you. Number one, I wouldn't want to go out and get 2-3 jobs. I've done that. It ain't no fun. I wouldn't want to do that, but I'd do it if I have to. But the first thing I would do is understand that we are in a different economy and the rules are different. Second thing I would do is I would sit there and say, all right, if I lose my job today, how do I make money and support my family? Bam. Now that I figured that out, I need another source of income. Third thing I'm going to do is go to my bank account and say, what do I have in there? I have 5,000. Okay, let's take 2,000 out and put them into some investments, or put them into some ideas, or put them into somebody's hands who can make that multiply. What am I going to do with this money? Am I going to buy vending machines? Am I going to rent a U-Haul truck and start moving customers? What am I going to do? Am I going to start baking cookies and pass out flyers? What am I going to do? Am I going to take Sean's masterclass and develop a middleman business like that? Whatever you want to do, whatever works for you, but you need to do it. It's the habit of doing it. Get in the habit of making money that does not include a paycheck. All of a sudden, let's fast forward, say you do one of those things and it makes $3,000 a month for you. Not going to make you rich. Got you. But what's important is now when you lose your job, because you will, now you have income coming in from another source. And guess what? You don't have to run out there and find another job. Now all you have to do is focus on doubling that business. If it's making you $3,000, if you double the work and double the effort up, now it's $6,000. Now you scale to your city, scale over your city, scale over your state, scale over the country. Within, who knows, 2 to 5 years, you got a booming business. You'll never work again. I haven't had a job since 2020. Never want to have one again. That's why I teach what I teach. I've been doing it for a year, changing people's lives. I'm going to still continue to do it because I know it's not for everybody, but it's for just for those who want to change their lives. Because again, no job is safe. You are trusting your job. I told you, never put a ring on your job. Never commit to your job. Don't go out there and marry your job. Don't propose to your job. Date your job and move on. Be unfaithful to your job because your job is not loyal. It will cheat on you. It will have an affair with you. And when you think you got it locked in and it's secure, it's going to divorce you. With no feelings, no concern, no care in the world. Again, there is no tomorrow. This is the work 2 jobs or die poor. It might even be the work 2 jobs and still die poor economy. Who's going to save you? Who are you waiting on that's going to come and make a change? Trump can't do it. Biden can't do it. Obama can't do it. Whoever's next, whether you like them or not, they can't do it. They're not going to come to your house and wake you up and say, hey, I'm about to change your life. It's not going to happen. They can't do it. The only person who can do it is you. They can change the rules of the game. You just have to learn what they are and play by them. I didn't even mean to do this video. I didn't mean to go on this rant. I'm just so tired of hearing about people suffering. It's breaking my heart. Tired of people putting videos up of how they're living in storages and they're getting fired and they're spending $60,000 a year just on bills. Listen, I know. My family and I, true story, we probably spend about $70,000 or more each year on bills. There was a time where I didn't even make half that. But we wouldn't be in the position we're in if it wasn't for us starting a business and figuring out, hey, my wife's got a good job. It ain't going to last forever. We need to create another source of income. How can we do that? And we started the middleman business. That's how. But it started with us understanding that no job is safe and secure. And this happened during COVID. We were like, wait a minute, they're firing everybody. There's no guarantee anybody's going to go back to work. My wife was laid off. I was laid off. I was like, wait a minute. We can't go out like that. We can't wait until tomorrow. We got to do something now. And I was trying to figure something out. And just before I went back to filling out applications, I got the text that changed my life. Hey, I'm looking for moving help. Do you know anybody? What? As soon as they said that, I contacted my boy. Hey, Courtney, I got this customer. They want to help. They need help moving. Can you help them? Yeah, man, I can help. Send the work. Sent it to him. He texts back. He said, hey, man, I made, I think he said $600 or $800. He said, what I owe you? I was like, what do you mean? He was like, bro, I got to give you something. I said, man, just buy my wife and I lunch. Just send me $25. He cashed out me $50. We went to Applebee's to eat. Leaving Applebee's, I said, wait a minute. If Courtney paid me $50, I could do this again. I said, sweetheart, I'm going to turn this up. About a week later, it was my first day of making, I want to say $300. That's it. And then I knew I had something. That was 2020. We never looked back. Never looked back. So I'm just sharing with you guys. If a guy who's been homeless more than 3 times in his life, overpaid, underworked, no skills, struggling in every single way. If I can do it, I used to be a school janitor. When school let out, after I was janitor, I would come and clean up the schools. I did that because I had kids. I had to do something. I'm not a guy who's going to sit around and do nothing. I'm not that guy. I'm not afraid of work. But there's no rule that says you have to do hard work. In fact, the rich people don't work hard at all. It's the poor and the middle class who do all the hard work. Trust me, I know. It's the poor and the middle class who save money. When's the last time you heard a rich person talking about saving money? When was the last time you heard a rich person talking about a credit score? When was the last time you heard a rich person talking about saving up to buy a house? They don't have those conversations. You're right, Paul. It's diabolical. Guys, be in the training, 7 p.m. Thursday. If you missed the training, get a copy of the training. Just put the word middleman in the comments to get that link. It's going down. Please, you don't want to miss this. This is going to be life-changing. Learn how to start a business from your phone. Make money. Most of my students are averaging about $3,800 a month in their first 90 days out. This business is not designed to make you rich. If you get rich, that's awesome. I want to get rich too. But it's designed to create income for you without you having to leave your house. That's all it is. I got to go. Let me know in the comments what you think. Smash subscribe, smash thumbs up. Please share this video all over social media. It's that important. Your job is not safe. We are in some hard times. And I'm telling you, we're just at the beginning of how bad it's going to be. We're just starting to see the outskirts. I'm from South Louisiana. We're just starting to see the outskirts of the hurricane. But I'm telling you, it's a Category 5. When is it coming? I don't know. But I'm telling you, hard times are coming. Get prepared.